We are back for another edition of No Rares to Mythic. It's me, Dwayne, and we're climbing all the way up to Mythic with just commons and uncommons, currently sitting at Diamond 3. We've been doing pretty well lately. Had a sweet, kind of average green-blue deck that went the distance last episode, so check that out if you haven't. But yeah, we're just showing you don't need those bomb rares to get to Mythic. To win games, to have a good win percentage, you can do it with just commons and uncommons. So no more excuses, all right? We opened up a pretty fun pack. You'll notice my attention is immediately drawn to Gene Pollinator. We love a Gene Pollinator. I think probably the best card here is Sunstar Expansionist, followed by Gene Well, consult the star charts, but we're not talking about that. Followed by Gene. But you know me. I'm a sucker for a Gene Pollinator. So we're going to take it. We're going to be looking to draft whatever we want. All right, next pack. What do we got? Some options. Vote out. It looks good because it's like an uncommon removal. A lot of times it's just like worse than a lot of the other removal. I could follow up my Gene with diplomatic relations to stay green. Moxite is pretty good. Selfcraft Mechan's okay. Radiant Strike's not bad in like a slower white deck. I think I'm just taking diplomatic relations here. Solid removal spell. Keeps us in green. Lets us delay kind of our next color. All right, now I think best cards are probably the Seed Ship and the Intimidator. I think it's a fairly easy Intimidator for us. Kind of the next tier of cards after Intimidator would be like, I don't know, the Dirgecraft is okay in some decks. I like it. Plasma Bolt, solid. If you have like a lot of warp cards to crew this, I think it can be good. Cryo Shatter's okay. Thawbringer, mediocre. Dual Sun, if you have a ton of counters, I like playing that card. Or if you need a way to finish your opponent, it can be okay. But I think this is by far the best card in that pack. All right, now this is a pretty weak pack, I would say. Seam Rip is just kind of whatever. Ice Cave Crasher is like a mediocre 4-drop. And then all the rest of these are like super narrow, not very good. And then Nebula Dragon is a good top end. But you can usually get these whenever you want. We could take a Seam Rip. And just see if that's something we want to do. It plays well with Gene. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really missing out on anything. I guess I'll just take the Seam Rip. All right, now we have Resolve and another Sunstar Expansionist. There's also a Virus Beetle. This pack is much better. But I think we're just going Resolve here. I wouldn't fault you for taking Expansionist, but there's something about these 1-mana removal spells. I really like the Melt Strider's Resolve. And then Virus Beetle's very good in the black deck. Fungal Colossus can be okay if you have a ton of different land types. I think this is probably Resolve, Expansionist, and then Virus Beetle as like the 3 best cards. And then the rest is all kind of a hodgepodge in the middle. All right, here, some options. So we've got Night Luminary, which is solid. We've passed some pretty good white cards. So white might be closed off next pack. And then we have like 2 good black cards. Monoist and Beckoner are maybe the 2 of like the top black commons. I think I'm just going to take Luminary here. Green-black is like my least favorite color combo. All right, here's a Vault Guard Trooper. Again, really like this card with Gene Pollinator. Rest of the pack, I think Prospectors, Ogu, pretty good. I mean, it's okay. Ilvoy Operative is okay if you're double spelling. Chrome Companion's okay if you need a 2-drop, but a fairly easy Trooper. This is one of the reasons I like these Gene Pollinator decks, is like these Trooper cards come by super late in the pack. And I think their power level is higher than when you get to pick them. When you have a Gene Pollinator. Right here, we'll take a Command Bridge because it's looking like we might be 3 colors plus. I'm going to be hoping to pick up some more Gene Pollinators. Yeah, this is just like a really nice top end for the Gene Pollinator decks. Especially if the rest of your deck is really low to the ground. Kind of low curve. I'll take a Tenderfoot. Let's see who we got here. Shift Switch, Nylon Hair, Slim, Powell 89, Cauliflower, Jorok, and Bandy 0. Bandai 0? I guess I'll take a booster. I don't think I'm playing it. This is kind of a 2-drop. I don't know. Maybe we get a ton of creatures and we play a Zealous Display. All right, another Gene. I do like the Landseeker. I do like Pulsar Squadron Ace. This card I like especially if I have a good spacecraft. Can be really, really good. So I'm thinking like the Frigate in white that gives your team +1/+1, or like some Fell Grav ships. I've had some really cool decks with those, with like some rare or good uncommon spaceships, but I think this is pretty easy Gene Pollinator for us. Again, next best cards I would say are like the Squadron Ace, the Landseeker, and then Gravkill. But we are looking for more Pollinators, so we will snatch some more Pollinators. All right, here, best cards: Close Encounter, good removal. Night Luminary, solid white 2-drop / 4-drop. I think this is the best white common. Gigastorm Titan is good, but we currently have no blue. I'm not going to splash for that. This is really for me between Close Encounter or Night Luminary. The issue with Close Encounter is we tend to not have a ton of big creatures, so it's not always a kill spell. But I think I will just take it. All right, now there's Blooming Singer. Station Monitor, I like splashing a lot. I think I'm probably just taking Station Monitor, honestly. There's also another Cav Landseeker. If Cav Landseeker or Stinger or Command Bridge came back, that'd be sick. But, I mean, we're here to splash. That's why we're playing the deck. Let's take the Station Monitor. All right, another Landseeker. Holy cow, we've seen 3 of those this pack, and we're on pick 4. This one we'll take, because there's nothing else I really want. Another Intimidator. Sign me right up. Other best card is probably Depressurize. And then, I don't know. Void Forge Titan can be good, but you really want to be able to trigger Void a lot. So I'd really only take it if you know you're triggering Void all the time. Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy Intimidator. It looks like we're going to be green-red, splash like white-blue, maybe. Okay, here, I think Grove Strider is just too good to pass up. This kind of carried our deck in the last match. I like Bloom Stingers. I think we have enough removal that we don't need Cut Propulsion. I mean, maybe it'd be better, but I like to be loaded up on my 2-drops. And I do like a Stinger. We'll take another one. Our last deck had 5 of these bad boys in it. And things went pretty smoothly. It's just nice at pushing damage. Works really well with my Melt Strider's Resolve. I guess we're not playing that. We'll just put it over there. We might play a Fate Maker. I don't know. I'm leaning away from this Seam Rip. I will take another Command Bridge. Sometimes it can be awkward with tapping stuff because we have a lot of early plays, but I think with what we have so far, I like it. All right, now, options. We have Banishing Light, Focus Fire, Pulsar Squadron Ace. Again, we don't have any vehicle spacecraft, so I don't think I'm going to take that. Dual Sun Adepts can be good at just pumping your team. But I think whites are splash. I think I'm just going to take Focus Fire. I think our deck looks like a good Focus Fire deck. We have a ton of creatures. It's 1 mana removal. It's kind of exactly what we want. Here, I'm going to really pray that I wheel Sammy's Ship's Engineer. And I'm going to take Biomechan Engineer. I think this is another really good 2-drop. Makes a lander. Splash Adasha. All right, this is an interesting pick. We have Sunstar Lightsmith or Fell Graveship. Both can be very good. I think with what we have going on, so many 2-drops and 1-drops, I think I'll go for the Lightsmith here. I do like splashing the Graveship. All right, we got another Close Encounter. Another Biomechan Engineer or a Rayblade Trooper. I'm down for the Biomechan. Rayblade is good, but I like this loading up on 2-drops here. We now have 3 blue cards, 4 white cards. Probably not playing Seam Rip. I'll take another Diplomatic Relations. I think this deck looks pretty sweet. This is 22 cards. Do I want a Sammy's Curiosity or a Banishing Light? I think I'll just take the Banishing Light for removal. I don't know. Sammy's Curiosity is a bad top deck. We don't really want to ramp. I don't know. I could see going either way on that. I think Banishing Light's the better card. Safer pick. Our mana might be a little wonky, is the only issue here. So we could take Reroute Systems. I don't think we're playing any of these cards. I like this setup. We could play like any of these, but I think I'll just take that. Okay, Banishing Light Wield. That's kind of crazy. Banishing Light is excellent. So now it's like red is almost... We have more white cards, right, than red. We do need to cut something. Don't think we're playing Drone. We don't really have any counter synergy. Exosuit Savior is a possibility. All right, we kind of have to pick what we're doing here. Bit all over the place. We could get some really awkward first hands. All right, what do we want to cut? I like Relations. I don't really want to cut anything. I think I'm playing 1 blue. This is 5 blue sources with the Pollinators. Plus we have like a bunch of different tokens. We do need to make some cuts here. Maybe we cut Savior because it's just too cute. And Tenderfoot is probably our worst creature. Maybe we cut Tenderfoot. This is 6, 7, 8 white sources. 5, 6, 7 red sources. 5 blue. And 9 green. I think this seems pretty good. I could see doing 10 green. And like 1 less white source. I just really want untapped green. All right, this deck looks fun. This is exactly the deck I like to play. Hopefully we don't get too crazy hands. Hopefully we get some good openers. Get some sweet games. Playing against Roy. Hello, Roy. I mean... We have green and red. We have a 2-drop. We need a white source, but... Again, we have a ton in our deck. And these are both just removal, so it's not like imperative that we play them right away. All right, Roy is also keeping a hand of 7. Okay, I like that as a 4-drop. We do need another land or a 3-drop. Color. Okay. We'll just get this command bridge down. Interesting they didn't attack. I feel like I would have attacked if I were them with a timeline color. Now next turn, depending on what they play, we'll probably just play Landseeker. Depends on what they play, what we draw. I wouldn't mind banishing Lightning the timeline color, because I assume they have things that sacrifice. Whoa. I like that. Da, da, da. All right, so they totally missed with their grab ship. They're staying on defense with their timeline color. All kind of strange. We shall see what they do, though. We've got all of our colors, about to have 5 mana. We're going to wait off on the Trooper. They are warping in Elkite. And crewing up the grab ship. Black-red doesn't really have any enchantment removal. Okay. I think I want to pop this. Let's get an island. I think I'm just gonna Banishing Light this color. I want my hand to be empty for the Trooper at some point in the near future. And then we still have Focus Fire to get rid of the grab ship. I guess I should have done that first and then attacked for 6, but... Alright, they are stealing our Landseeker. Crewing up their grab ship. And then do they also have the sacrifice? That'd be pretty good. Do. Hello? Okay. They got the grab ship. Yeah, and they have the sacrifice. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. Alright. We'll play our 7/7 and pass. With the ward 2, this should be fairly difficult for them to kill. Yeah, it looks like they're looking in their graveyard. Another grab ship would be pretty good. All right. Got him. They have another grab ship. Oh, a Meccan. All right. Da. We will attack. Oh. I should have played the land. My bad. All right, well, let's see what they have here. Big turn for them. Because if we get to attack with our Trooper and our Grove Strider... Okay, they are grab shipping. They hit Zoo Ifit. Effete. Osteo Harmonist. 2 mana. ba 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 da. Prospector. Okay. Can't really attack. All right, we gotta stop drawing lands. Removal would be great. We have so much removal. We're just ripping land, land, land. See, they need another red source. They might just play the Osteoharmonist and crack the lander. What are we thinking, Roy? Roy. Hello. Okay. Harmonist. Ooh, do they have a 2-drop? Oh, they got the Scrappa. Oh, they're attacking. That's gotta be a mistake. So we get to attack with both now. All right, we need to draw a card other than a land. Next turn. 6 mana. Do they have Gravkill? Oh, we're just dead. 6, 9. Oh. I think they forgot that they don't have as many lands as me. All right, cool. Wow, took me a moment too. All right, nice. First win. All right, we are playing Eki. What's up? Eki Bobeki. All right. Hand looks pretty solid. 2-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop. Close encounter. Only thing missing is our good Pollinator friend. But still pretty solid hand. We'll probably go... Man, I don't know. I guess we go Stinger on 2. Command Bridge Luminary on 3, maybe? We have to remember this does not get Death Touch. They also have a Stinger. All right. I think I'm fine attacking. See what they want to do. Maybe there's a world we shouldn't have traded. I don't know. Next turn, we could Night Luminary or Terra Pact plus Close Encounter. If they play something we want to kill. Okay, so we're probably just Night Luminary. All right, and then next turn we can Command Bridge, Terra Pact, Close. Okay. Let's first see what they give us. All right. I think we gotta kill that. Well, we can. The 5/5 is like a little tough for us to deal with, so I like getting rid of that. Now, hopefully they play something we can kill. A Ray Blade. All right. Tapping down our Luminary. think we kill this. And then we'll play our command bridge. Make them think we have something. Oop. Okay. Hopefully they don't have a lot of big stuff, which they are green, so. All right, I like Banishing Light. Better than a big creature, I should say. I don't love Banishing Light. Okay, lands. That's about enough of you. We'll put our stops just to keep them guessing. All right, we're currently at 8 lands, 5 non-lands. I would like to switch that around a little bit. They have 7 mana, another Rayblade Trooper. Sure. I think I want to just attack here. I am going to keep playing my lands because we do have things that I want to have a lot of lands out for. Okay. Not looking good. All right, well, bit unfortunate there. Got him down to 5, but just too many lands. It's very hard to win a game when your first 13 cards, or was it 14? 9 of them are lands. But that happens sometimes. That's the game that we play. All right, playing Ho Chi Mao. An interesting hand. Removal, Lightsmith Grovestrider. I guess I'll keep this on the draw. It's a good card. All right, we do need some lands at some point. I think I'd rather save my Banishing Lights. The Biomech Engineer is great, but we now at this point don't really need to worry about it until they have 8 mana. Whereas something like a Siege Ship Agrarian, we need to worry about right now. You know, is Arena really going to do us like this? They give us a 5 spell 9 land into a draw no lands. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. Man, this deck is sweet too. All right, hopefully that was all of our bad luck, and we can get some wins here, because that was 2 very unlucky games in a row. All right, we are playing Gavany. Oh, these hands are brutal. I'm just gonna keep it. They mulliganed. Green, red, blue, white. I mean, we draw any creature. This hand looks amazing. And we have a lot of them in our deck. Probably should have led on blue. Because I have a blue-white 2-drop and blue-green 2-drop. An Umbral Collar Zealot. All right, game. Give me a creature. Scary. I want them to give me a 4/3, right? I think I have to kill this in case they have removal. I can't afford to have them just drawing free cards. They get the Surveil, but I don't want to risk a counter or anything. Again, them getting free attacks in with this Infiltrator is like probably the #1 way of how I would lose this game. Do I care about trading this off? I think I'm gonna go no trade. Do we think they have a counter? Okay, they don't have a counter. Good to know. I say, would have given them a chance to respond if they had a counter there. Okay, they are just passing. We'll attack, see what they got. Fine trading one of these off. Da-da-da. All right, let's see if they have a 3-mana counter. Or they drew a counter. No. No, they could have a Wrath. A Wrath would be really bad. That's a Wrath. Alright, I think we gotta do this. I am gonna keep my planes because they could have Virus Beetle. Alright, game. I need something here. They got rid of our Lightsmith, our Trooper, our Engineer, our Station Monitor, our other Trooper. Man, this is going to be the saddest 1/3 of my life. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Well, that is sad. That may have been one of the saddest 1-3s I've ever experienced. Our deck was sweet. Oh, mana issue. Like, we had double Biomech and Engineer. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of removal. 15 creatures. Man, that's tough. Tough. But sometimes that's how it goes in this lovely game we play. We'll catch you for the next one.